Good afternoon, students. Firstly, I will introduce myself. S.H. Chobe, working as assistant professor in electrical engineering department of SND Polytechnic, SND College of Engineering and Research Center. So now, today we are going to see the subject that is the high voltage engineering. Now, my first question is that why the university makes it essential or necessary to insert this high voltage engineering, or sometimes you are going to higher study, then you can also see that there is an extra high voltage engineering subject. So why it is essential to insert this subject in your syllabus? You must know why, that when we are studying the subject, and what is the importance of this subject. The main importance of this subject, you will see that if suppose the power is generated at a one generating station, you know that, and we also know that the maximum voltage that can be used for generating any power is 11 kV because of the insulation problem. Now the question arises, if suppose I am transmitting this 11 kV voltage of the 250 megawatt from one generating station to transmission station at any place. So if suppose I am going to transmitting the power, it means 250 megawatt is transmitted at 11 kV voltage. Then you can find, surely you are the final year student, you can easily find out what is the value of the current required for the transmitting the 11 kV voltage of the 250 megawatt from generating station to transmission station. And if suppose that if I am going to use, in spite of 11 kV voltage, 250 kilowatt, 250 kilovolt or 440 kilovolt voltage for transmitting the power of 250 megawatt from generating station to the transmission station. So you are the B final year students, so you can easily find out the value of the current. Surely I can say that the value of the current that is required for transmitting the power up to 50 megawatt from generating station to transmission station at 440 kilo voltage is very low as compared to 11 kV voltage. And yeah, you must know that the main reason or the main problem in the case of transmission of the power is that the losses and the size of the conductor. Because when you are going to see as an engineer, you have to see the economic side also. So in that power is transmitted at 250 megawatt power is transmitted from generating station to transmission station, or from one transmission station to second transmission station, then that the value of the current is very low as compared to the power is transmitted at 11 kV voltage. It means that always remember that the size of the conductor depends upon not on the value of the voltage, but always remember that it depends upon the value of the current. So as value of the current is less, it means the size of the conductor is less. If size of the conductor is less, it means it is going to be economical. And the main losses in the case of transmissions is nothing but the I square R losses. I square R losses. So if the value of the current is less, it means surely the transmission losses are very less as compared to if the same power is transmitted at a lower voltage. So that is going to be the higher voltage is inserted or used nowadays. You are also knowing that now if you are going for higher education, in spite of in plus of high voltage engineering, you are also going to study extra high voltage engineering also. It means that this is going to be the importance of the putting or inserting this subject in your syllabus. Now we will see next that first unit in the case of high voltage engineering is from this university syllabus is that first unit, the breakdown in gases. What do you mean by breakdown? The question arises, breakdown in gases, breakdown in liquids, breakdown in solids. We are studying. We have the separate unit for the breakdown in gases, breakdown in the liquids, and breakdown in the solids. So why it is essential to study this breakdown? What do you mean by this breakdown? Breakdown, it means the maximum voltage The breakdown voltage. Firstly, we will see, before seeing the breakdown, we will see in short what they mean by the breakdown voltage. A breakdown voltage, it means that the maximum voltage that gases can withstand without destruction is called as the breakdown voltage. If the voltage go beyond this voltage, then you can surely say that there is a destruction of the gases in that case. So firstly, we will see the breakdown in the gases. So for this, firstly, when we are seeing this breakdown in gases, the first topics to be covered is gases as the insulating medium. Gases as an insulating medium, and the second one is the types of the ionization. So the basic requirement for gases used as insulation, that is the first one, is the important is that gases must be chemically inert. If they are not chemically inert, it means they are going to be chemical reaction with the apparatus of the high voltage engineering, and the corrosion or all the other simultaneous problems may arise. It means that will damage the high voltage apparatus that are going to be used, and they are very costly. Now the second requirement is that during the ionization, chemically active substances should not be emitted. If like to this one, that ozone, all these cases, if these types of the substances are emerged or are released, then at this time we can say that there is a damage for the high voltage engineering apparatus that is going to be used in the laboratory or other in the substations. Now third is that gas must possess as high as possible electric strength and high heat conductivity. It means that gas must have as high as possible high electric strength. It means that it can withstand very high electrical energy, a high electrical voltage, and it should also have high heat conductivity. And the last and the important is the cost of the gas must be sufficiently low. Because when we are going to see any topic or any subject or any syllabus, then we are saying that as an engineer, we are going to use that there the economy must be considered. So that what is the last point is that the cost of gas must be sufficiently low, so that we can use that at a lower cost. Now the next one is the ionization. Now, ionization and the type of the ionization. So before going for this ionization, I will shortly give you the idea of the ionization. Ionization is nothing but to release the electron from the neutral atoms or the molecules. From the neutral atoms or the molecules to release the electrons, that is called as the ionization. So simply we will see here that what is the meant by ionization? Ionization, any process by which electrically neutral atoms or molecules are converted to electrically charged atoms or the molecules of the ion there. Because suppose that atom is electrically neutral. If suppose that we know that why it is electrically neutral, because the number of protons are equal to the number of electrons. If the electrons are going to be removed, it means that that ion is become positive ion. Why? Because the number of protons are very more as compared to the number of electrons. So in this case, that become a positive ion, and this process is called as the ionization. So before going on, we will see in short what are the types of the ionization. There are 4 types of the ionization. First one, ionization by collision. Second one, photoionization. Third one, secondary ionization process. Fourth one, electron attachment process. So in this hour, we will see the first 2, that is the ionization by the collision, and the second one is the photoionization. Means that what is the ionization by the collision and what is the photoionization. So for the discussing or for giving you a clear idea of the how that ionization by the collision occurs, we will see this diagram. Here is cathode, here is anode, and the supply voltage of E volt is given by the battery. So when the supply is given, then we know that what will happen? The electrons are released from the cathode. This is seen in the diagram. when the photons or the any types of energy is given, these electrons are emitted from the cathode. Now, the nature or the basic nature of the electron is that it will be attracted by the positive ion, positive anode. So it is going to be that they are going to be attracted to the anode. It means that the electrons that are released from the cathode will be surely attracted to the anode. It means that when they are traveling from the cathode to anode, they are always collided with the neutral molecules or the atoms. They are surely going to be there collided with the neutral atoms or the. When they are going to be collide with these neutral atoms or the neutral molecules, they are going to be removing the electrons from that neutral molecules or the neutral atoms. And this process is going to be continuous. See here that given the cathode, here is giving the anode. Arrangement for the study of the Townsend's discharge. This Townsend's theory is also going to be important. We'll see in the next lesson that what is the Townsend's theory for the ionization. Because there are two main theories, Townsend's theory and the second one is the Steamer's theory. So firstly in this case it is given a Townsend theory. So this is simple procedure is that electrons are removed or moving from the cathode and they are going to be attracted toward the anode because anode is positively charged. So when they are traveling from cathode to anode, they are colliding with the neutral atoms or the neutral molecules. And when they are going to be colliding with them, the electrons are removed from that neutral atoms or the neutral molecules. And this is a simple procedure that is going to be continuous. And due to this continuous process, the ionization of the gases takes place. And this is called the ionization by the collision. Now, next one. Here, see that the process of liberating electron from a gas molecule with the simultaneous production of positive ion is called as the ionization. I have already told ionization that positive ions are produced because the electron is removed. When the electron is released, it becomes a positive ion. And this total process is called as the ionization. In this process of ionization by collision, a free electron is returned. Just I have told you. A free electron collides with the neutral gas molecule and gives rise to a new electron and a positive ion. That is I have told you that is the same thing is going to be the ionization by the collision. So this is the ionization of the collision. Now next one, photoionization. That is the next I have told you that what I have to going to say is that photoionization. What is the photoionization? The phenomena associated with ionization processes by radiation or the photoionization is called as the photoionization. It means by the radiation, the energy is going to be given to that medium so that electron, what we are studying, ionization. It may be photoionization, it may be ionization due to collision. Photoionization, it means that the radiation energy is going to be given to the cathode. And due to this one radiation energy, the electrons are removed from the cathode. And these electrons is going to be removed due to the radiation energy. So it is called as the photoionization. Involve the interaction of the radiation with the matter. This I have told. Radiation with the matter. Interaction. Due to this one, the ionization of the gases take place. So it is called as the photoionization. Photoionization occurs when the amount of radiation energy absorbed by the atom or the molecule exceeds the ionization potential. Always remember that. If the energy absorbed is more than the ionization potential, then and only then there is ionization of the gas. If the energy absorbed is less than the ionization potential of that gas or molecule, then there is no ionization at all. Remember this point. If the energy absorbed is more than ionization potential, then and only then you can say that there is ionization of that. So this is going to be the photoionization. There are several processes by which radiation can be absorbed by atoms and the molecules. There are excitation of the atom to the higher energy state, first one, then continuous absorption by the direct excitation of the atom or the dissociation of diatomic molecule or direct ionization it is. So this in this lecture we have seen what we have seen. Firstly, we have seen that why it is essential to study the high voltage engineering in the B final syllabus. In the B final syllabus, when the subject is put up, it means that it is very important subject for the electrical engineering student. So this is going to be the first one. Then later on, what we have seen, what do you mean by ionization? And then later on, lastly, what we have seen, there are 4 types of the ionization. But out of these four types of the ionization, we have studied the 2 types of the ionization. That is the ionization due to collision and the photoionization. So, अब क्या करूं सर? Thank you.